Saratoga, Immersive and Scottish Lassie lead the CCA Oaks. Picture this, a champion filly making a triumphant return to the racetrack, ready to reclaim her glory in one of the most prestigious events in horse racing. That's the story unfolding with Immersive as she gears up for the coaching club American Oaks at Saratoga Racecourse. This Grade 1 race, a 1/1/8 mile showdown for 3-year-old fillies, isn't just about speed and stamina, it's a test of comebacks, rivalries, and sheer determination that keeps fans on the edge of their seats. Immersive, a bay filly sired by Nyquist, is stepping into her second race after a well-deserved break. Last year, she was crowned the champion 2-year-old filly, thanks to an impeccable record of 3 Grade 1 wins. Imagine dominating races like the 7-furlong Spinaway at Saratoga, the 1 1/16 mile Alcibiades at Keeneland, and the Breeders' Cup Juvenile Fillies at Del Mar, all with jockey Manny Franco in the saddle. For beginners, Grade 1 races are the cream of the crop in horse racing, similar to the Super Bowl for football, where only the elite compete and the stakes are sky high. But after that flawless season, Immersive needed time off due to bone bruising, a common injury in athletes that requires careful recovery to avoid long-term damage. Despite her absence, her team didn't slow down. Trained by Brad Cox, who's won multiple Eclipse Awards for outstanding training, and owned by Godolphin, a powerhouse in the racing world, Immersive is back with a vengeance. In her recent outing on June 14 at Churchill Downs in the Monomoy Girl Race, a 1 1/16 mile event, she put up a fierce fight. She tracked the leader, Anna's Promise, and even surged ahead briefly inside the final turn, only to face a tough challenge from Take Charge Milady on the outside. The two battled it out in a nail-biting stretch run, with Take Charge Milady edging out a win by just a neck. Cox is optimistic, saying, "She's in top form, and that last race was just what she needed to shake off any rust. I believe she's as strong now as she was last season and will only improve from here." And this is the part most people miss. While the loss was close, some speculate that the inside track might have cost her the race, adding an extra layer of what-if to her story. Godolphin has a storied history in this very race, having claimed victory with fillies like Jilbab in 2002, Music Note in 2008, It's Tricky in 2011, Questing in 2012, and most recently Wet Paint in 2023. That kind of success isn't just luck, it's a testament to their breeding and training expertise. Digging into Immersive's lineage, she's out of the winning mare Gap Year, by Bernardini, and her family tree boasts impressive relatives, including her second dam, Dubai Escapade, who won a Grade 1 race herself. With earnings topping $1.6 million from a record of 5 starts with 4 wins and 1 second, she's already a millionaire on the track. For those new to pedigrees, think of it like a family legacy in sports. Genes play a huge role in how well a horse performs, much like athletic talent running in human families. But here's where it gets controversial. While Immersive is the headline act, she's not the only one with a compelling narrative. Enter Scottish Lassie, another Grade 1 winner trained by Jorge Abreu, who's adding her to the mix from post position 3 with Joel Rosario riding. This dark bay filly, sired by McKinsey, burst onto the scene with a commanding win in the Frizette Stakes last October, turning her second career start into a statement victory at Belmont Park. Since then, she's faced some ups and downs, finishing 4th to Immersive in the Breeders' Cup Juvenile Fillies, and more recently placing 3rd in races behind strong competitors like Cassiar and Dry Powder in a May optional claimer, and then to La Cara in the Acorn Stakes. Abreu notes, "She's come out of her last race feeling great, and I'm really pleased with her progress. We had a bit of a hiccup in that allowance race, but I'm not dwelling on it, I'm excited for this one." Some might argue that her inconsistent results stem from tough competition or minor tactical errors, but others see it as a sign of untapped potential waiting to explode. Scottish Lassie was bought for $85,000 at a sales event, coming from a solid bloodline that includes stakes winners, which shows how value can sometimes lead to big payoffs in racing. Then there's Take Charge Milady, under the guidance of trainer Kenny McPeak, who's defending his title from last year when he won with Torpedo Anna, who went on to be named Horse of the Year. Starting from post 4 with Kendrick Carmouche aboard, this dark bay daughter of Take Charge Indy has been making waves. She stunned everyone by beating Immersive in that Monomoy Girl race, but her path hasn't been smooth, she had a poor start in the Kentucky Oaks and finished off the board, following a solid second in the Ashland Stakes to La Cara. Her highlight was a dominant 5 3/4 length win in the Martha Washington Stakes earlier this year. Purchased for $60,000 as a yearling, she's proven that affordability doesn't limit greatness. And this could spark debate: was her win over Immersive a fluke, or does it signal a shift in the pecking order among these fillies? Her record stands at 8 starts with 3 wins and 2 seconds, showing she's consistent when it counts. Rounding out the field is Dry Powder, owned by Gold Square and trained by Chad Summers, who'll break from post 5 with Jose Lezcano. This gunrunner-sired filly, bought for a hefty $525,000, has shown promise with a debut win and solid seconds in her last 2 races, including a close runner-up finish in the Wilton Stakes. Unfortunately, the race has seen some changes with scratches. Sweet Seraphine is out due to an infection, and La Cara won't run because her stable is under quarantine. For newcomers, scratches like these can dramatically alter the dynamics of a race, turning a crowded field into a more intimate battle and potentially favoring certain horses based on their styles. The Coaching Club American Oaks is set as race 10 on a packed 12 race card at Saratoga, kicking off at 12:35 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, with other exciting events like the Alfred G. Vanderbilt and the Caress Stakes sharing the spotlight. Looking at the morning line odds, Immersive is favored at 8-5, reflecting high expectations, while others like Scottish Lassie at 9-2 and Take Charge Milady at 9-2 could offer value bets. But let's not forget the human element. Trainers and jockeys bring their own strategies, and weather or track conditions could play a role. And here's a controversial thought to chew on: in a sport where margins are razor-thin, do comebacks like Immersive's often lead to victory, or do fresh challengers like Scottish Lassie have the edge? Some purists argue that experience trumps all, while others point to the unpredictability of young talent. What about you? Do you think Immersive can bounce back stronger, or is this the moment for an underdog to shine? Share your takes, predictions, and hot takes in the comments. I'd love to hear where you stand on this thrilling rivalry. Immersive returns to Saratoga for Coaching Club American Oaks redemption race. Imagine a champion filly, once unbeatable, now seeking redemption after a shocking defeat. This is the story of Immersive, a Godolphin homebred that's about to make her highly anticipated return to Saratoga in the Grade 1 Coaching Club American Oaks. But here's where it gets interesting. Immersive's first start of 2025 in the Monomoy Girl Stakes at Churchill Downs on June 14 ended in a nail-biting second-place finish, just a neck behind Take Charge Milady. Now, the stakes are higher than ever as Immersive prepares to face off against her rival once again. And this is the part most people miss: Immersive's journey to the top wasn't always smooth sailing. She began her racing career in Saratoga last summer, breaking her maiden on debut going 6 furlongs, but was overlooked on the tote board not once, but twice, including in the Grade 1 Spinaway Stakes. However, she quickly proved her doubters wrong, picking up 2 more Grade 1 wins in the Alcibiades Stakes and Breeders' Cup Juvenile Fillies, cementing her status as the 2-year-old champion filly. But in January, disaster struck when Immersive was diagnosed with bone bruising, forcing her into an untimely layoff. Now, she's back, and she's got her sights set on Grade 1 company. Regular rider Manny Franco will be in the saddle, guiding Immersive as she seeks to turn the tables on Take Charge Milady. The Kenny McPeak trainee, on the other hand, is looking to secure back-to-back stakes victories, despite a disappointing 12th place finish in the Grade 1 Kentucky Oaks. And in a surprising twist, jockey Kendrick Carmouche will be taking the reins for the first time, adding an extra layer of excitement to the race. But Immersive and Take Charge Milady aren't the only ones vying for the top spot. Scottish Lassie, a Grade 1 winner at 2, is also looking to secure more Grade 1 glory, although she hasn't visited the winner's circle since her impressive win in the Grade 1 Frisette. Meanwhile, Tracy Farmer-owned La Cara was unfortunately scratched from the race due to a suspected case of strangles in the barn, leaving the field wide open. As the post time for the Coaching Club American Oaks approaches, at 5:38 p.m. Eastern Time, the question on everyone's mind is, can Immersive reclaim her title as champion filly, or will Take Charge Milady prove to be the one to beat? The stage is set for an epic showdown, and we want to hear from you. Who do you think will come out on top? Do you think Immersive's layoff will hinder her chances, or will she prove to be stronger than ever? Let us know in the comments. And for those who can't get enough of horse racing, be sure to check out Raging C's attempt to rebound in the Chuvie, as well as the strong field bringing a Grade 1 vibe to the Vanderbilt. Fair odds, CCA Oaks betting insights at Saratoga. Imagine this, a horse wins a top-tier race and, just 6 weeks later, returns to the same track and distance, offering bettors a potential goldmine in the win pool. Sounds too good to be true, right? But that's exactly the scenario unfolding in the Grade 1 Coaching Club America Oaks at Saratoga this Saturday. Let's dive in and explore why this race is a bettor's dream and what you need to know to capitalize on it. But here's where it gets controversial. The favorite might not be who you think. The star of the show is La Cara, who recently clinched the Acorn Stakes, G1, on the eve of the Belmont Stakes. This wasn't just any win, it was a statement, a clear indication of her prowess. Since then, she's been turning heads and tables, notably against the Kentucky Oaks, G1, winner, Good Cheer. But here's the twist, instead of facing Good Cheer again, La Cara will go up against Immersive, last year's champion 2-year-old filly, who is part of the powerful Team Godolphin and is trained by the renowned Brad Cox. And this is the part most people miss. Immersive might not be the favorite, despite being the 8-5 choice on the morning line, with La Cara at 2-1. But either way, I'm confident that La Cara will be overlaid, meaning her odds will be higher than they should be, making her a prime wagering opportunity. La Cara's performances speak for themselves. She looked phenomenal in winning both the Ashland Stakes, G1, and the Acorn. Sure, the Kentucky Oaks was a bit of a letdown, but let's not forget the sheer speed she was up against that day. The Coaching Club American Oaks, on the other hand, is shaping up to be more like her winning scenarios than her losses. Numbers don't lie, and La Cara has the best figures among the fillies in this race. Immersive, while likely to improve from her 3-year-old debut, will need to pull off a lifetime best to match La Cara's consistency. And that, my friends, is no easy feat. Now, let's talk about the wildcard, Take Charge Milady. She's the one who upset Immersive in their last outing and finished a close second to La Cara in the Ashland. If La Cara encounters any hiccups up front, Take Charge Milady could very well be the one to snatch the win, making her a better bet than backing the other short price, Immersive. So, mark your calendars and get ready to place your bets. I have a strong feeling that La Cara will be my first significant win bet of the Saratoga meeting. But what do you think? Will La Cara reign supreme, or will Immersive pull off an upset? The stage is set, and the bets are on. Let the games begin. And remember, the beauty of horse racing lies in its unpredictability, so don't be afraid to voice your opinions and predictions in the comments below. Who knows, you might just spark an interesting debate.